Back again. A little bit of the great game of Pot Limit Omaha. If I'm gonna call a bet, I'm just gonna, I'm kind of new eye loser, but it's better to bet versus check call. Gonna have Marco Galindo on. Been on the 50-50, 100 Big Boy Nancy Live at the Bike games. Longtime fan of Live at the Bike game from Bell Gardens, and glad it came back on the show. Here we go with the MTT. I'll be closing the Pot Limit Omaha in a bit. So I'm like 1 for 7 in PLO cash games. I definitely played bad session 7. But we know it is. Just correct it as much as possible, and then that's it. Definitely going to squeeze with real hands. I'm going to squeeze with fake hands. That's real hands. It's reasonably favorable. Position. Well, looks like I took it down, so got a little bit of a 10% boost. This will end our session of the great game. It's a good turn, obviously. Hope he has 10s. Just taking a stab. We get what we can get. Alright. Back to the MTT grind. So I'm gonna try to have some guests in different industries come in while I stream, especially ones that have been on Live at the Bike. LATV. Got 14K guaranteed, 12.5K guaranteed. These are smaller than the other sites, but still pretty juicy. How's everybody going today? Rolling in my 6 foe.
Meet Chris and Mark. They've both heard of Bitcoin.
Hello, 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 hello. Pocket nines are out of your mind. I don't know if it's universal, but you guys see, you get, I mean, I don't know, out here we got gifts. We got gifts at McDonald's, just free stuff. Almost done. Not almost done. Definitely over halfway qualifying for this thing, which I misread the damn instructions. Which is why, you know, I didn't get into Harvard or Stanford. See what's going on in the poker world. I think you guys obviously should follow Live with the Bike first, and then other people, you know, me, JJ, Garrett, Andy. And subscribe to Andy's YouTube. I'm just gonna limp here. You can mix it up, limp, raise. Just if you've been raising a lot, you may want to throw in some limps, or you could, you know, stay consistent-ish. I'm just gonna check mine. Got there. Now we're going to try. Now we're going to fail. So we got to go for it. Hope you did a hard draw. And you did. I'm not going to risk that. King high is no good. What's up, Nick from Yuma? Samir Hanna, thank you for the good luck. Am handsome. My whole chat's handsome. PS3 Shakes 123 says, how'd you know I was here? Nick from Yuma. Nick from Yuma's calling me handsome. No, you PS3 Shakes. Watching Bitcoin YouTube videos? Nah. Got a second pair here. I'm gonna definitely check. Way ahead, way behind. What's the ticket I have in my item folder? Ooh, this guy limped early. Ace King. I might just check fold this one. For today, yesterday and today, I'm definitely check folding if he limped AK previously. So yesterday and today, if you play with 250 hands of pot limit Omaha, you get this thing. But I already have the ticket to the satellite, or the Sandwich Tournament 218, and this expires February 21. So I don't know, but I definitely am not going to use it next one, or soon. How's it going, Samir Hana? Where are you from? We're gonna have Marco Galindo coming in a bit. He's going home from work. Work it. Work it. Wayne, your delays are getting longer and longer. It's 3 minutes 20 seconds. I forgot who recommended it, but they said that's kind of the standard. Has YouTube made you watch the Dior ad with the white guy in 2-man buns in an Asian silk Asian suit? Really cringy. Not yet. Sounds a little familiar. I'm gonna say yes. Yet. I actually was feeling a little sick, so I rested a bit. Hey, there's 7 of you guys. Smash that thumbs up. Thank you for coming in, though. Appreciate it. I'll be playing these occasionally on Live the Bike Mondays, so you guys can hear your names. Your beautiful names shouted out. Shout. Shout. Let it all out. Nick from here says, when I feel like on the button limps are the new 2x pre-flop clicks. And then how'd you guys like Phil Stark? Super interesting dude. Also, when you have a cool career that doesn't always last, you gotta like figure out when you're done. Nick from Yuma, can you demod me? Okay. To be demodded. What's going on? Okay. Done. From you as one with the people. He doesn't want to be modded. All right, whatever you want. You're welcome back anytime. We're trolling about the jealousy thing. Ace with Jack of Diamonds. from you, most a man of the people who does not want to be mod. Would it be the other way around? I'd be jealous if I wasn't a mod. Super considerate, super cool dude. Welcome on inside to the mod or Zoom. All I want to do is zoom, 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 zoom. What's up, Lujan Associates? Yeah, I took a nap. I slept probably like, I met up with #1 Stoner and Guido yesterday. Yesterday, the December 21st. It's December 22nd today. And slept up, then came back, wasn't feeling well, then took a nap. Phil Stark is my 4th favorite Phil. Who are your 3 favorite Phils? Oh no, we lost some homies. I'm not gonna let them know. They'll be heartbroken. Oh, a lot of variance with the concurrent. Got double digits. Oof. All right, man, you got it. You might get more viewers than usual, Wayne. Because Tuesday is a dead night for poker streams. Oh, I didn't know that. Well then, thank you for letting me know. We can start streaming more on Tuesdays. Can't really compete with, D-Negs, Doug Polk, and World Series stuff. By the way, Card Players, Robbie Straczynski says, if you're in the poker industry and feel lost, want to do better and looking for more opportunities, some advice, I'd like to try and help others. Maybe a phone call and give you some direction and confidence. DM me or send me an email at robbie@cardplayerlifestyle.com. I'm going to post that link in the chat. Derek, Sierra, and Whitener, what's up? 400, is that it? Pagan Solstice Party? I don't know. I think for me, what are those icons? Are they iconic? somebody I'm coaching said is confident I'll get a following. I'm like, it's okay. I just need cred. Been out of the mix the last few years, and I don't really get to play on Live at the Bike, so you know, I gotta show what I can do. On the hijack, I haven't been that active. A little Jack 4 suited. It's Carolina PFR CO Ace 9. So we're in position at least. We flop the spade. Jack semi-blocks the 10. I'm gonna go ahead and c-bet, and I do expect like decent percentage chance to get called here. We do have backdoors, 8-9 top pair as well as running spades, 5-3 as well. Okay, you got it. These middling cards, these CC2SB. Got 5 on it though. Remember Sammy Farr on high stakes pokers when Galfon came on to play? Oh, that's a bad river. That can't be anything. That sucked. Where'd you go with the hot sign in Guido? That's a secret. No, we just like that up. Decreeing Helmuth, Galfine, Locke, and Phil Stark. So the four Phils. Ivy, Helmuth, McCracken. Sammy was like, you're not Phil, just Phil. Tomorrow we have Jamie Ronheimer, who co-executive produced How I Met Your Mother. He's a writer on The Ranch and a good friend, and also a screenwriting mentor of a different type. Got a pair. Got 3 of a kind. Going for the throat. That smoked because Derek did Roman numeral for 420. History should explain that delay kind of ruins any combo with you. I'll try to do it shorter in the future. Well, is 2.5 minutes okay? 3 minutes, 20 seconds is too long. Because it's like, it's too brutal getting sniped. Isn't 90 seconds long enough? 3. All right, we're not at 14K yet, but it'll hit it. Oh, Marco Galindo's here. Go! Connecting audio. Oh, you're good. You're here. You're here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you though. This is Marco Galindo, and I don't want to butcher your job title. I know you're just like super buffed and like lifting these huge weights. So is it bodybuilder and nutritionist?
So power lifter.
Power lifter. Okay.
Pretty close. Yeah.
I wasn't. At least I wasn't aquarium fish.
How's it going, man? How are you doing?
I'm just streaming. You know, because like I don't get to play on the show anymore because like I have to eject. Like people don't necessarily know. Like when I've been scheduled to play, people always want to play, so I just like boot myself, and I've left like midstream to go in my seat. So you know, I don't really get to show off my chops.
Yeah. No, I heard. I saw some of the interview you did with Rampage. I listened to that one a little bit. You've been crushing it on online somewhere. Or how's that going?
I'm down a little bit on. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Okay, so cash games, I'm slightly down, but my volume is really low. I probably only have like a few thousand hands. Obviously, I know you're running. You know you're running bad, and when the PLO, you're getting like 1 outer to 2 outer and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean MTT is like I'm in a couple private groups. I don't know if you saw those. I could ship you into some, and then you know just streaming global because it's the most legal of the online sites.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, a couple of my buddies have been playing on global a lot since like the shutdown, so it makes sense.
Yeah, how are they doing?
One of my buddies did really good. Other one not so much, man. I think cash online is just like super difficult for the most part, especially for live guys.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely more competitive compared to live. I don't know if you heard, I've been to a couple private games and just still got it.
Yeah. That's basically out there, right? Because everything's still shut down for like a while now.
They tried to open midsummer, then they shut down, and they tried to open in the fall, and now they're shut down again. So you know who knows.
Yeah. Everything's open here.
You're in New York?
No, South Florida.
Oh, South Florida. Okay.
So we have all of our rooms are open here. The games, particularly like the bigger games, is dead. It's dead. It's just all private, like super private now. So that's kind of disappointing. Like with the whole lockdown, everything just went super private. Everything went to the apps. But no, casinos are open. I mean, every single day, like all day, they're going. So it's Florida. It's the Wild West out here, man, compared to where you guys are at, you know. So it's a good and a bad thing, I guess. But it's definitely different because there's a lot of games. A lot of games are going around here right now.
I think the cam is just part of OBS. No, I'm using Zoom and OBS. So for the people who don't know you, you came on Live with Bike a few times. You played in the big 50-50, 100, 100 Big Blind Nancy games with Garrett, Andy, you know, Nick Bertucci, some other people. I think Julie Orn was in one. I think Kitty Quo was in one of the games too.
Yeah, I played with Kitty. Julie, I think I played with.
In the smaller game?
Yeah. No. Julie, I think I played with like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, Julie's such a nice lady, man. It's like so weird that she's actually important in life, but like.
Oh yeah, so are you. I love guests like you guys.
Yeah, but she's like, not just like well off, but like
successful and just
super successful, like famous, but the nicest lady. So it's like she's cool. But yeah, I played yeah, a couple Friday games, play the Tuesday game 1 week. That's like the funnest game. That game was like sick. Yeah, just the structure and everything. That was a lot of fun. And Fridays are tough. Yeah, Andy, Garrett, freaking Chris Brewer, guy never loses ever.
He runs really good, so. But he's very good, but he runs good in some sick spots, so.
Yeah, everybody talks about. I mean, Andy and Garrett, and they're disgusting. But Chris, he's equally as disgusting. That guy just always wins.
Yeah.
I got him a couple of times. Nick, who else? Gal I played with one stream.
Right, Gal's in there.
Yeah, John Cohen I played with one stream. I think he bluffed me in a big pot off stream.
Well, at least it's off stream.
Right. I think he did. I actually don't even know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad, but I think he bluffed me a pretty big pot off stream. But yeah, miss it, man. That last time I played was when I went in, end of February. So I haven't played since at all, actually. So
You jonesing?
I am. You couldn't believe it, man. I am. Oh man, I'm ready. I'm going. Well, I'll go in. So in March, literally. So I played in February, end of February, right? On stream, and 2 weeks later, I was planning to go to Vegas with my buddy Brandon for his birthday, actually. So booked everything, flights, hotel, literally wired money there, like everything ready to go, and then everything got shut down. So we're hoping to go this March, as long as things are open. We're gonna go.
Things are open now.
They're open now, yeah. As long as they stay open, I'm saying in Vegas. Because in March, that's when that's when the whole world shut down. But yeah, they closed everything there, so that was rough. But this March, as long as Vegas is open, we're going. So that'll actually probably be the next time I play, which is pretty insane. It's like a whole year not playing.
Do you get recognized? Do you get recognized at casino, at the poker rooms?
So when I played, like playing the Friday game for sure, because like the next day I went to, I don't even know where I went to, Hollywood Park maybe, or I played some game or something like 10-20 game or something like that. For sure, just walking in, people are like, "Hey, you play live the bike? Hey, you play live? Hey, but," and I'm just like, "Yep, I play live the bike. Yep, that's you know." So that's kind of cool. And even I think I played off stream, just at the bike, like another day, and people were like, "Oh, didn't you play the game?" And it's like, "Yeah, you know." So that's pretty cool. It's always the same questions: how good is Garrett? How bad is Garrett? Always the same question. And then just like how tough are those guys? And it's just they're the toughest, they're the best, you know. Like, but that's what makes it fun. Like, you know, flying from Florida to California just to play on stream because it's fun, man. It's competitive. It's I really enjoy it. So it's cool, you know. But it's fun, and it's cool to just do like watch everything back, you know.
You're like, oh, screw that guy.
That was atrocious, and then that was, you know, hey, that was pretty decent, you know, not terrible. And it's just seeing, just some of the other hands even between the guys when you're at the table versus then watching it after the stream, like they had that. Like I would have never, you know, I'm sitting right there and I would have never guessed, you know, this guy had this, you know, played it this way or whatever. So it's, it's fun, dude. But I miss it. I miss poker so much. I want to get back out there, man. I want to get on stream.
Sure. When we come back open, I'll let you know. I mean, you know, got some big stuff planned. Nick Renew asked Marco if he's ever thought about going to play on Best Bet live stream in Jacksonville.
Yeah. So somebody from, I think maybe one of the players on the stream messaged me, like on Instagram, I think, and was like, hey, he was like, hey, I played with you at the Hard Rock or something like that. Hey, would you ever want to play on stream over here? And I was like, yeah, let me know. And then it just kind of never came together. But yeah, that's a crazy thing, man. I mean, Live at the Bike, obviously, I think is like the best and biggest consistent stream, but there's streams popping up everywhere now. You know, like some of the Texas ones and Best Bet. Yeah, they've
you could talk about the Hustler one. It's okay.
Well, they're not up yet. They're not up yet. That one, I
They
think
will
it's
be though. Yeah. It's,
yeah, I think that's great just for like the community out there, right? I mean, it's really
sure.
gonna make LA. It already is like the place to go and play, but it just makes it like absolutely the place to be and play, and especially for like more so like uncapped and high stakes games. Like I think it's good, man. I mean, it's so tough to find like consistent games at that level because it's just it's hard to find. Like, but if it's like now Live at the Bike and now them, on stream, off stream, being able to just get games together, that's great for everybody.
Sure.
So that's
Well, we're going
super.
to be sharing a player pool, so that's
Yeah,
rough.
same thing. Yeah, it just makes it the place to be, right?
If any city can support, 2 streams very well, it's going to be LA. So,
Freaking LA, I know. That's why it's the best. So,
do you play
uh,
other games? Just No One Hold'em?
I'll play PLO sometimes. PLO is great too, right? I mean, it's just
I love it, but it's
yeah.
like the super pros. It's getting to be as rough as like No Limit, if not rougher.
That's the thing. The discrepancy between guys that are like really good
Yeah.
and everybody else is just like, what are we doing? So it's yeah, and then it's also the games are so deceptive, right? Like you'll see a game that's like 5, 10, with like a $20 bring in or whatever. Like, that game's not that big, but that game's like the
Oh,
biggest far and away. Like, stacks are just insanely deep, and and that's cool. It's fun, especially obviously when you have like the right group or whatever. But for the most part, it just becomes like super gambling games, and then even all those games, man. In I mean, everywhere it's the same thing in LA. Like everything's so private now. Even if
yeah,
it's at a casino, it's private.
yeah. The
Let
bigger
alone,
games, even the mid-stakes games, are getting like kind of
Mhm.
political. So,
Yeah. Or just not even running. So
yeah.
that's kind of like the tough thing everywhere. There's a huge game. I was talking to somebody about it when I was up. There's a huge game that runs probably like 15 minutes from my house, like a ginormous game. At the Palm Beach Kennel Club, if anybody knows where that's at, because I live in Palm Beach, Florida, right? And it's the biggest, fishiest game like ever. It's been going for like over a year now, but nobody ever gets in. Anybody ever? Like I have no chance of getting in. I'm not even good. Like I'm not a professional. I'm not, like I'm just a guy.
Yeah. Might be
Uh,
underrating yourself, but yeah, I watched you play. It's you're
yeah,
not
but like,
making mistakes.
yeah, like it's no chance. I have no chance of getting in the game. And like the host is a cool dude, younger guy, really cool, nice guy. But yeah, he fills it with like extremely wealthy older gentlemen,
Sure. Yeah.
him and his buddy, and like five of the, so it's just like even games like that, like they're great and they run like once, twice a week. That game is running for the past like year and a half, 2, 3 times a week during like their busier seasons, but nobody's ever getting in. So it's just like, what the hell? And it's right here. It's 15 minutes from my house, man. Like,
It's
you
brutal.
know,
Yeah.
oh my God. But, so it's, yeah, that's kind of just the way it goes.
Yeah, I
So,
mean that's kind of the reality of this thing. The better you get, you're just not really allowed to play. Like you don't have to be Garrett or Andy or whatever.
right.
They're kind of fortunate that because of the Live with the Bike stream, people want to see them, so they get games.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No. I was going to say it's also like, those guys, the guys that are getting invited to games, they're also just good for the game, right? Like, it's the most underrated part that people don't necessarily want to talk about. Like,
Sure.
Garrett's obviously a world class, phenomenal player. No matter what he tries to tell you, he is. The guy's amazing. But he's fun to play with. He's a nice guy, right? He like everything about him makes sense why he's getting into whatever games he's getting into. And not just Garrett. There's a couple of other guys that are getting into these games too. But it's there's a reason why, right? There's plenty of good guys here in Florida, right? But these guys are awful. They're awful, man. Like there's a group of like these like 5 to 7 professionals that play high stakes, and It's terrible. I played with these guys. They're no fun. It's just like, ugh. Like, and then now even all those games are all crazy private, and these guys play with. There's one guy that they play with. He's like a McDonald's heir, so that guy's a lot of.
Oh,
Yeah, so like they're playing. Yeah, they're playing with like people like that.
his
And
last name
following-
Kroc, K-R-O-K, or K-R-O-C. I'm just kidding. I don't know. The founder of McDonald's is Ray Kroc. So
Okay, no, literally, it's like a nephew or something. It's like one of these.
yeah.
Literally, like it's one of these guys that like follow around and play at these different casinos. So, you start getting into like predatory stuff like that. It's like this isn't even, it's just not like what it should be. But it's true, I guess. Like if unless you're just crazy, crazy, crazy whale, it's just tough to even get in the game, and that's just kind of how it goes.
Do you have Global Poker open?
I do. I have it. That's what I was trying to do.
So I'm in the the Blitz 14,000.
Let's see.
Oh, it's a rough river. All right, check. Oh, whew. Held. Got lucky on the flop and it held. I will text you my screen name that you could search for. I'll help you do it.
Okay, that it's probably easier. I can't find.
Oh yeah, let's talk about your business after you open the.
Let's see.
What's up, Mad Benjamin? Lujan Associates, what up, V? There's another Texas stream starting next month every Thursday. Yeah, I mean, the market share is going to get wrecked. This is where the cool kids hang out, yeah.
I actually probably could pull it up on my phone. It's probably easier.
Nick from Yuma asked, the paintings behind you, are those yours, or are they like antique pieces that cost like 20 Bitcoin each?
No, these are. We moved a couple months ago, so this is my office. It's not even really set up yet, but no, there's. I don't know where we got these from. I think my wife got these for me. It's a picture of Kobe, big Kobe guy. It's over here. Behind me is my buddy, one of my best friends, Nick, who passed away a little bit ago.
Man.
And then Nipsey Hussle is another guy. So no, they're just I don't even know where she made them or bought them. I don't know. But
Cool. I mean, these guys are obviously prominent people that passed away, recently.
yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, just important people to me, that passed away that, were important. So I pulled it up here. I think I pulled you up.
Do you see me, or do you see which table I'm at? I'm 14 out of 63, so you can also go to the second table. Look at 14th in chips. But I also texted you my name.
Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. So, my bad. I don't know how to do this. So I go on. How do I search your?
Do you see the? Are you on the Blitz SC 14,000?
I am. Yes.
You see it? Okay, so then hit players. Okay. Players, and then under players there's search players. Players is the left middle.
Okay, let's see. I got it. Okay, cool.
Okay, now I can just tell you my hand in a hand.
Okay.
So you're an entrepreneur. You got a business going on. You were expanding the last time I was talking to you.
Yeah. So we have, so I have supplement stores, like retail stores.
Hmm.
So that's been interesting during the pandemic, figuring all that out. And then, yeah, I have a couple, just like supplement lines that I, like Cone, um, with, a couple, I have one, that's like an all natural, like, organic, like plant-based vegan line. And then we have another line that we're developing, and then another one of the Monster Series products. So yeah, just kind of supplements is kind of what I've always been into. So now I'm getting in more on like the manufacturing side and being able to like just build products from the ground up. So just been selling them in my stores for a while. You kind of get the feel for them, figure out what's good, what's bad, and then now I can actually get on like the creating side, which is really where hopefully where the money's at. So
So what do these supplements do? Like they just help you increase metabolism, build muscle mass when you exercise?
yeah, different things like that. So it's going to be some are like just protein products, right, like meal replacement type stuff. Some are going to be more so for like recovery based, like amino acid type complex stuff. Some are more for like endurance. We're creating, or it's finished, right? We're waiting for the labels to be done. We put out a like plant-based multivitamin blend. So it's like a fruits and greens product that has all your fruits and vegetables for the day. It has all of your daily like vitamins.
I think I need that.
Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out in January. Actually, we just finished the labels and stuff. I'll send you one.
Let me know. I'll definitely shout him out and just like I mean, I don't know, like I don't know if you remember. I'm just getting healthier and healthier. I had a couple scares; they turned out to be false alarms. But like we're not going to be around this earth, much longer. You got 3 photos in the back that aren't with us anymore.
100%, man. It's also just like for a lot of people the time that they're using. Well, it's going one or two ways. Right during the pandemic, people are like gaining tons of weight because you're home more. It's easier to eat. So like there's plenty of that. I fell a little bit into that in the beginning too, and then I was like, this is not what I want to do. Or it's just like you said, just getting healthier in whatever ways you can control. Right? Like obviously with the pandemic and the virus and everything, there's a lot we can't control with that. It is what it is. It's kind of luck of the draw with some of that stuff. But anything you can do to help your body, right, protect itself, that is in your control. So yeah, it's cool. It's like I said, all your daily fruits and vegetables for the day, all of your vitamins for the day, and it's in powder form. So it's not even a pill. You can just you mix it with like a little bit of water and just something you take every day. Yeah, like that. Yeah, some of that stuff.
I'll support you. I just had ace queen off. I took it down.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I'm definitely trying to get in the mix. JJ De La Garza and Garrett have definitely encouraged me to also meditate. Like in the beginning of quarantine, I was a mess, man. My head was just like exploding. I like couldn't really see straight. And it was just like, and then the election time came on, and I'm like I have preferences, but I'm fairly apolitical. I just want people to keep the peace. Like there are people that believe similar things I do, but are just like way too pushy, and I'm just like, dude, stop! Like, don't harass the other side. But
yeah,
anyway,
it's true. With everything going on, it just a lot of people, like I said, you put your health on the back burner, or you make it like a priority, right? So I think it's Garrett, another, right? The guy's the best in everything. Another good example of health.
The chat did say you have bigger muscles than he does, so.
100%. Yeah, screw Garrett. He's whatever. He's not gonna. The guy's not that big. He does more like running and stuff now. I know, just like talking to him. But another guy that puts that as a big priority, right? And maybe that gives him like 1% better edge, and at the table or whatever else. But yeah, I mean, if you're eating better, if you're exercising, sleeping better. I think that's like the freaking poker pro thing to do anyway now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Run It Once just came out with something with MT or something. I don't remember the guy's name. And then he was just saying there's like keeping your mental health, physical health, and like the strategy stuff. It's like when I was coming up, we were not good because like when you're doing well, you get an influx of money, you just like spend. But like I'm not even close to the worst. But it's just like you win, you spend money to celebrate. You lose, you want to spend money to keep from feeling bad. It's just like so.
Yeah, like I like the DGAF podcast. I don't know if you listen to any stuff, but yeah,
I have
he's
here.
Yeah. So
yeah, go ahead about DGF. Yeah.
No. I would like DGAF. We talked about that all the time. Like when he was coming up, and it was easier.
He drank a ton. Like he was.
Yeah. It was win, drink, go out, spend money, dinner, no big deal, just like it's the life. And then you realize like, I probably shouldn't be doing any of this stuff anymore. You can't do this forever. So it becomes easier too when you have like responsibility. Like I got a wife, I got a kid.
So does he.
Right.
Ex-wife.
Right. Yeah, it's like I'm a kid. To me, like I'm still a kid myself. But
me too.
Yeah, and I don't ever want to lose that. But when you have some responsibilities too, it becomes a little more important to like, hey, let's be a little responsible.
I was never as bad as them. Bad is such a whatever. I don't want to judge, so to say, but like they definitely drank more than me. I was bad in my 20s through 30s. Like I drank almost every day. But then when they're like, I remember like Garrett, DJF, some other people, they just DJF drank like all the time. He's like socializing and just like it's bad because in that era, when the game gets shorter and somebody's stuck, then like the pros want to play each other, and that's like pretty irresponsible. They don't really do that stuff now, but. And the thing is, there is a hierarchy. There's like, somebody's better than some person, there's some person, but like really, it's a lot of ego. That's the tough part of being a pro.
Yeah. And there's still plenty of ego in poker. I mean, that's why, but that's what makes it fun, man. Like I think, like we've seen with like some of the different challenges that have come up and like, whatever else, like some of that stuff is ego battle, but guess what, it gets to lead to like guys playing, like that's fun, right? Poker's amazing. Like it's good that guys that are good, quote unquote good, get to actually like go out there and play against each other. That's why I like something like Live at the Bike, because it's competitive, it's tough. You got to be a little bit of an ego monster to think like, I'm going to fly from Florida to California and not get just destroyed by guys who play way more than I do and who are much better. But yeah, it takes a little bit of that to like, all right, let's go out there. Let's fight a little bit.
I have 2 black 3s here. I'm going to make it 2.5x. Yeah, but you got that California love because you're from here. You're from Bell Gardens.
I'm from here.
It's homecoming.
Yeah, I was born in Bell Gardens. I grew up in Downey, so right there. I
flopped the third 3. I found that third 3. Running good. You're my run good. All right, let's see. Let's bet. Bietz, 800. Let's make it 600. It's like it's just like most likely no action. You got to catch like a jack or a hard draw on the hard turns.
How often have you been playing these things, or just when streaming, or what?
Yeah, I mean, part of it's an excuse to stream because like, I hate MTTs, but like I need to. Okay, river to full house, so easy game.
Get river.
Yeah. I'll make it like 5,100 if he checks. Like, yesterday, I ran so good, and then I just lose 2 flips and finished 9th.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 19th, 4 out of the money. But like I was just like I had kings against ace king in the beginning. I just stack a guy, just like catch everybody, and just like built up a huge stack. But I know how it is, so I don't get excited, when it happens. But it's good practice for, when I play like the World Series or whatnot, because you just there's no replacement for practice, like actually playing.
I thought so. Like next year, whatever, you're gonna get more into that, like the tournament stuff, because I thought you didn't really do tournaments much.
Yeah, I don't. So I am a pure cash game player when it comes to profit. But the thing is, like it gets privatized. I've been in private games, and people are saying, "What am I doing?" I'm not even the player I used to be, like on the hierarchy, and people are just still, not happy. And like, when you were saying that some players are not fun to play with, I'm kind of like Andy. I just like don't talk. I'm out for blood. Like I'm there to win. Like I don't know I can't turn it off. I'm a competitive gamer. Like, so I don't like that part about myself when other people are uncomfortable. So that's why I've kind of split my career into like 3 sectors. And tournaments is the one thing where it's okay to be as cutthroat as possible. So, I can't go into the high stakes games now out of practice and out of the mix. I mean, I'm gonna get slaughtered. So like, and I'm not even allowed in when I'm in practice. So it's kind of a catch-22. So I'm lucky. Sorry, most pros don't get to be props. So obviously I do a bunch of live at the bike. I do other stuff. Anytime the host needs something, I'm like, whatever the hell you want. It's like a privilege to have this thing. It's not like the sexiest gig, or I don't have like make as much as I used to. But again, I'm a different person. It's a different era. So I'm lucky to have those gigs. So yeah, it just like I had a bit of a chip on my shoulder because I hadn't been active competitively in a few years. So then doing the multi-table tournament, streaming, me pulling moves and it working, and have video of it, plus like going these private games, and yeah, they're not the most competitive fields in 2020, but there's definitely a lot of pros there, and it was like I just needed to kind of be like, yeah, I'm still I'm not a total donkey, so to say, but I'm not going to be playing Garrett and Andy anytime soon or whatever, but
No, but even but like you're saying, like just getting better at tournaments, that's valuable too.
I've learned a lot. You have to put in volume, and just like there's some spots that are so different from cash games. There's I don't if you didn't hear this, so I had Prague Sagan yesterday. I'm in his private games online, his tournaments. So I was on the bubble. There's a bonus where if you get 2 black aces cracked, you get like $100. So we're at I have King 10 of diamonds here. We were at the hypothetical bubble, but the 2 black aces had not been cracked yet. So I kept asking, what happens if the 2 black aces don't get cracked? Because 6 pay, and then if the black aces don't get cracked, then it goes to the 7th place person. So what happened was the hijack opened, and he has me covered. The button has me covered. The small blind has me covered, and I have pocket queens in the cutoff. So I folded.
What?
Yeah, because it's 7-handed. 3 people have me covered. If I run into aces or kings or lose ace king, I'm out.
Right, that makes sense.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously I have a ton of people I can ask, but like, it's not like I have aces, it's just queens.
Yeah, no, in that situation, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something I recorded on my phone, and then I was like, yeah, it's just for future example, like this is a spot where you should be folding your premium hands. And then Prague, who's the host, he's like, why does this guy keep asking about the aces? Because it makes a big difference,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Big difference, actually. Yeah, it's just giving you more edge.
It's just like, it's such a big difference to not cash and min cash. It's like the biggest jump between, that's like potentially the 3rd or 4th biggest jump between like 1st and 2nd and 2nd and 3rd. And it's the easiest one to control because you could like just stay back and let, there are 2 people with smaller chip stacks than me. They have a higher chance of busting. So another one was, I had 9 big blinds, and this was streamed, so the audience saw this. I had ace king, not gonna fold out on the bubble. I shipped, I took it down, and then I picked up Ace Jack right after. So I just folded because Ace Jack, we know how it is. You get caught, it's always going to be against a better hand.
Right.
If you ship Ace King, you could easily catch an inferior hand.
Sure.
So those are spots that, and just like it's like a guessing game too. Like a lot of it's like after you have 3 times the starting chip stack, you don't really want to put your chips at risk.
Right.
Because like you can wait for better spots. So some spots that like this is a large raise and I have like Ace Queen, and it's like if I lose this hand, I lose a third of my stack. Do I really even want to get in the mix there? Like it just, I don't know.
No.
I mean, yeah, in competitive fields you're kind of forced to, but these are just like global 218s. I mean, like the high rollers, it's really competitive and you have to like battle. But in these, it's kind of like, like I the audience sees me streaming. I have like 3 weeks of streams. I mean, I'm reading people pretty well. I call out their range or whatever, and obviously sometimes my hand's too strong to fold.
Right.
But then just like they see the laydowns. I don't get to see my opponent's cards, but everyone understands. Or the biggest thing is when I make the hero calls. Like my hand is just like total crap. I'm just like and I could be wrong, but I'm just like I think this guy's full of crap, and my accuracy has been pretty good.
So. Yeah. Yeah. No, that and that's the biggest difference in tournaments. It's like not putting yourself at risk, biggest thing, and then it's just like waiting for better spots. Right? In cash games, it's more like
take as many spots,
100%.
but sometimes even in high stakes. And I talked about this with Chris Brewer too. You don't take every spot in big bet games because you're trying to set up for like a big slam, So you could.
I'm taking every spot, man. I'm trying to take every spot.
I'm with you. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, it's 100% true. And yeah, I can't wait to get back to climbing. I'm very excited. You guys still have no idea, right? They're saying maybe like April, May, summer.
I'm in contact with them, so I'll let you know. And obviously, I'm swamped, so if I don't like hit you up, just feel free to reach out to me. I tell this to like everybody out there. Just like if you guys see my email list and my text, it's just like, dude, just hit me up and just repeatedly do it because I'm not always home, or if I'm streaming, I'm not going to be able to respond. But like I always want to get the regs in the mix, and especially somebody who's, you were saying Julie's successful in the world. I mean, yeah, you haven't got the Oscar nomination yet, but you got stuff going, man. Like we want to showcase like people who are doing well, so.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, for sure. It's gotta be, everything's gotta be back inside. I guess that's like a big thing. It's just gonna take time. Yeah.
We got stuff going, but I just we're at the mercy of the great California government.
Yeah, my sister, she lives in like Sacramento, like northern Cali, so it's not quite as bad as you guys have it in SoCal, but it's not good, like everything's still shut down there too,
They're more prepared because a lot of stuff is more online. I mean, Silicon Valley is just more, online. What city does she live in?
She's in Rockland.
I don't know Rockland.
Like just outside of Sacramento.
Oh, okay, that's way NorCal. Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like, how are people out there in Florida?
With like all this going on, or?
Yeah.
It's a different world, man. I mean, it seems like compared to everywhere else, people are pretty carefree here. Not a lot of people. I mean, because it's totally different, right? So all of our restaurants are open here, bars are open here. People are getting together all the time. No mask, no distance. Like it's the Wild West. I mean,
Is it okay though?
Yeah. I stay super busy. So like for me, my like day to day hasn't really changed. I'm working a ton. It's just with my stores and the warehouses, and just busy. I'm just busy. So I'm not really, going out there, at all these places and parties and bars, anything like that. I never enjoy that stuff anyway. So my DJing is playing poker, right? It's not going out and any of that. I've never cared for any of that stuff. So for me, like my family, people I'm around, we're good. Everybody else, it's kind of I don't know, GG. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell.
It's rough. Like I know people's businesses have closed down. Like at least 12 of them around me have closed down. I know like a lot of the owners, some friends, and then obviously with a gaming background, a lot of my friends are in gaming and they're just like killing it because like my buddy who's a co-founder of chess.com and a couple people who do online games. It's like their viewership and revenue have gone up, especially with Queen's Gambit coming out.
Yeah.
I have the 10 and the 4 offsuit. It's folded to me. I'm definitely going to attempt to steal these blinds.
Like same thing for me. Our online business has skyrocketed in the past, like this past year. Just shipping stuff has become such a big part of our business to where with the retail, like I have 3 retail stores, our business has always been people walking in, but with some people just be more cautious than others. You get a lot less people going into places, a business like mine. So our online business is through the roof. So, they figure out a way to like make up for each other. But yeah, I mean, some of the restaurants even around my plazas where my stores are at are still struggling, even through like the fact that we're open. Still not everybody wants to go out, the same as they were before. So it's, a lot of dealing with that stuff is interesting too, but figure it out, man. I don't know. The year's almost done, so hopefully, hopefully better things ahead. By summertime or whatever it looks like, that's when things will actually kind of get back to normal. So,
do you want to name drop the link to your stuff? You can put it in the chat and pin the comment.
Yeah. It's for the stores, the website is totalnutritionflorida.com.
What is it? Sorry.
Total Nutrition.
Florida Nutrition?
Total, so total, like
total. Oh, total. Okay, Total
Nutrition.
Florida. No, Total Nutrition Florida. I don't want to post the wrong link.
No, you're good.
Okay. I see Total Nutrition SWFL.com.
Oh, it's maybe total. Total Nutrition Florida.com. TOTAL Nutrition Florida, like typed out the whole like word.com.
Okay, I think I'm there. So at the front is vegan monster protein right on the top, and then methyl B12.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I see it right there.
Let's post that in chat. Galindo. Oh, what's up, 08 Grinder? What do I have here? I got nothing. So are you a hip hop Jefferita? What's up? Are you a hip hop guy?
Yeah.
Top 5 artists.
Man, it's tough, dude.
Even 5 is tough? Usually 5 is pretty easy. It's only when you say like number 1 that's when blood starts.
Yeah, there's so many names that come up. I do like a lot of being from California, I do like a lot of the old school guys. Tupac for me is for sure top 5.
Same.
Tupac's got to be top 5.
Oh, I've got aces.
You have aces?
Yeah, I have aces. Spade and hearts. Yeah, go ahead. Always, we love the rap talk. Always.
Yeah, Tupac for sure. Nipsey Hussle, he was one of my favorite rappers for sure. Another guy in California, Draco the Ruler.
Don't know.
Yeah, he's been a little bit underground the past couple of years. He's kind of blown up the past few months. I like him a ton. T Grizzly out of Detroit. He's probably my favorite current rapper.
Okay, you gotta check raising me all in.
Oh,
You check raising me with 9 high. Is he gonna? Oh, he turned the gut shot. He just YOLO'd. See, you don't get this in cash games anymore, so I'll just take it, even if I may not cash. What are your favorite Tupac songs?
I mean, some of like the sentimental ones, like Dear Mama. I like. I mean, Hit 'Em Up. That plays like in
First off, I'm just kidding.
yeah, my training playlist every day. I hear that
Oh
song.
man, yeah. You know you're old is when you listen to a song, you're like, ooh, this isn't good. It's a bad influence on kids. Do you ever feel that when you have kids now?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, I tell my daughter too, like, we don't curse in the gym. Maybe you can get away with it, So, and workout music, it's okay, but try to keep her from saying some bad words. So, yeah, she's kind of at that age where she just repeats what's said. So,
Yeah.
try to keep her away from some of that stuff. But yeah, no, I do like some of the old school hip hop stuff for sure.
Biggie. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that, I mean, the funny thing about the casino industry is it's so retro. So, obviously the people who gamble are usually like 30 through 40 or 50. So then all the musical knowledge, I have ace deuce off, ace of clubs, 2 hearts. I will call. I'm getting 6 to 1. So like a lot of the musical knowledge or just like, trivia from the 90s becomes useful again. And DJ Melody, who plays on Live with Bike, he's a world champion DJ.
Yeah.
So just like I bust out my hip hop knowledge. Huh?
I played with him on one of maybe the Tuesday game. I played with him on one stream. No, actually, I think I played with him twice because I got to sit next to him one time. Yeah, another super nice guy, super nice like family guy. I was like, yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, he's like one of my favorite like podcast guests, and we're always like so dumb. We're just like manipulating lyrics to be like poker terms or just like,
Yeah.
Hey Mello, I got something really personal to ask. Do you sip champagne when you're thirsty?
Yeah. Well, he kind of came up during that time, right? I mean, that's when.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, DJ Mello's another nice guy.
What's up, SS the G, Andrew Nicholas, Jefferito? Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy out here, and people ask me what the update is for the California card rooms. I have 9-8 off. I'm going to attempt to rob the big blind. 9 of spades, 8 of clubs. Oh, Mad Benjamin's an NWA fan, I guess.
He's good.
You stole it. Yeah, that's the thing that what Darren Elias said about tournaments. So before, like, your hourly just sucks in tournaments. But the thing is, you do have a potential upside of being it. And of course, like, I'm looking for televised appearances, like, on top of Live with the Bike or just, like, media presence to increase my credibility. So, I'll just enter these MTTs, and I just found, like, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely plus EV in them, but the hourly is just bad. Like, I'm running way over EV, and I'm up, like, 4K in, like, the last 3 weeks streaming. That's not livable salary.
Right.
But, lucky to be winning it all.
Right. Yeah, the whole thing with tournaments is, like, you just gotta win one, though, right? That's like the whole, right? You hopefully get into like a big enough buy-in to where when you win it, it like really matters.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that like the whole idea? I don't know. I played 2 tournaments.
It is. The thing is, like, because I'm doing it more for the media and more for cred, like, I'm not, like, I'm not basing my life on this, so to say. If I was, oh my God, this is just, like, really depressing and demoralizing.
Right.
But, like, where you run hot in which tournament. So I've won one, but it's a PLO tournament. PLO tournaments are softer than No Limit. And I came in second in one and then fourth in one. So the one I got fourth was really lucky because it was the 50K guaranteed. So if you switch around some of my busts and my cashes, then results change a lot.
Of course. Right. Yeah, it's cool because you're right because it's like a wide variety of like the guarantees that also I guess makes a ginormous difference.
Yeah, it's so just winning the main event. It's like the main event's a soft field, but oh man, you got to run so good just to even cash. Yeah, I talked with John Sin a couple days ago, and I was like, him and Mark Newhouse have back-to-back like, super deep runs. Like Mark Newhouse 2 final tables. Johnson, I think, came in 12th and then won. And I was like, you guys must be doing something that, others aren't. And he's like, yeah, we're running hot. I'm like, yeah, you got to run hot too. But like, people like when I've been streaming the tournaments, I'm not like a top tournament player, but I'm definitely doing things that most of the field is not doing.
Right.
And like the audience can see that, so I'm like, it'd be awesome to see like John Sin, Mark Newhouse, or a lot of these consistent tournament finishers in the main event, like Kelly Minkin or Maria Ho, like having goal cams on them the whole time. Like, what are they doing? Obviously, they don't want to do that because the way they're. I didn't even want to do this. Like, I definitely am keeping my cash game stuff private. Like, I'll stream it, but then I just like I privatize it right away, because it's like I'm still like a cash game player, but. Tournaments give me like videos or I final table. It's like whatever. I'm not relying on that to get in there.
That's a sneaky thing with streaming, man. Is everybody like kind of wants to do it and kind of wants to not ever do it because like
I mean,
certain you can't do after you go on stream.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the cat's out of the bag for me in the sense that like I have. I don't know, 15 tournament vids now. Like, I definitely do some stuff that's like out of line that works, but if people know it's me, it's really different, So I have no idea how long this'll keep up, So.
Right.
Do you play tournaments?
No, I played a couple. When I went out the last time, bought into like day 2 of that big tournament series they were having. In February, like the Quana, whatever the hell they call it, but the bike was having some tournament series the next day after I played on the Friday game, and I bought into day 2 of that, and it was super boring, man. I hated it so much. Not fun. I'm like, this is not even just because I'm good with the seriousness of it. Like I can get serious at a table too. Like that's not necessarily what bothers me. It's the super slow play. I can never stand people that play super slow, and then just like decisions that aren't decisions that people make into like 2-minute tank. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Like, get at it, like just make a decision, play full raise, like just so yeah, it was not fun. Actually, I bought 2 of the guys at my table. I remember because I think you guys streamed it on like the Monday, the Monday following. 2 of the guys around my table ended up making the final table, so could have been me, but it wasn't. And the guy who busted me ended up finishing like 3rd, I think. Some like older gentleman guy, and he like tank called. I don't know, just like this weird, So I'm like, I hate tournaments.
Yeah. I hate them too. Like, I do timer stuff on stream because I have to. These are like not small buy-ins, and that's like quite a bit of money, So I use the timer stuff to get on the button, when the blinds go up, or when people when we're reaching the bubble. You just have to. But it's less bad, I guess, when everybody accepts it, like online tournaments.
Right. That's the thing.
In person, you're just like.
Yeah, you have to. So I get it, right? It's not like anything against anybody. It's just that's the game. The game is tanking. The game is like really overthinking decisions that really aren't decisions.
Yeah.
it's like these hands you just call off with, these hands you just put in, these hands you just fold, like, you know, so it's just, you don't raise as many of the stupid hands that I'll raise pre in the tournament when you have like 40 blinds. I'm like, how do you not raise this hand? Like, nope, just can't raise. Under the gun, you can't raise whatever freaking hand you want to raise, you know? So it's like stuff like that. I'm just like, it's just not for me. Not fun, not for me. But yeah, like the main event, I'm sure would be super sick to play, even if it was slow, right? Just because it's the freaking main event. Like that I want to play.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like kind of miserable, like 8 days of just like overtime tanking. But like, I don't know. I kind of regret not trying, especially when I was, doing better. Because like I used to be like, oh, I just want money, cash games. But there's so much value for just like final tabling the main event or winning, God forbid. So especially in the position I'm in. So.
You've never played the main?
Never. I've played one World Series event, like a 1500, like. I think no limit event. I don't remember. I don't like going out there. Like I always stay here, and especially with Live of the Bike, it's more important that I stay here. Like we discussed it. Like me and Jay discussed it. Like when the main comes around, do we go out? I'm just like if I can handle things here, then he can go out or everything's set. But because it's just such a boost if we win or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Final table or we win.
Right, because JJ's he's played it right a couple times. I think
he's played it almost every year, I think, and then he sells pieces. Because the thing is, like, I'm not gonna sell any pieces unless it's to friends, and I'm gonna do no markup. It's just literally for fun, as a sweat.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've only agreed to like one person, but there's several people that have helped me in my life that I'm like, yeah, if you want to buy a piece 1-to-1, then sure.
Right. Yeah, no, I've always thought it'd be fun to do that, or like my buddy Brandon, he's really like the only close friend that plays that like enjoys poker as much as I do. It'd be cool to like go and make like a swap or something, like stuff like that would be super fun. If we were to both play it and like both actually really try instead of just messing around, like yeah, it seems like, especially the main event, so prestigious, like even if it is slow, it's worth it. It's the freaking main event, so yeah. that is cool. But yeah, we'll see. Vegas, I've never I went to Vegas when I was a kid, and I went to Vegas a couple years ago to compete actually in a powerlifting competition, but we didn't even go to the strip or anything. So in March will be the first time I'll head out there to like specifically play and mess around a bit. So that I'm excited for, to like actually play like some of the prestigious Bellagio or like wherever, I don't know, wherever the hell we're gonna play. That seems like fun because I've just never done it, so that I'm excited about.
Well, I'm pulling up your Instagram. So we've had Cheeto Ortiz on Live of the Bike. Could you beat him in arm wrestling?
Probably not.
I don't know the differences.
Yeah, maybe. Arm wrestling's such a hustle too. It's like.
Is it a very technical competition?
100%. I have another buddy that his cousin is a professional arm wrestling guy, and he looks just like an average guy. Like not some big old like workout guy or not, just a guy. But he's like incredible. Like he'll beat me every time, beat anybody every single time, just because a lot of it's like technique and stuff like that. But I don't know. Tito Ortiz, he plays a little bit, right? So he'd be fun to maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Wee's arm wrestled him, and he absolutely did not win. So,
yeah.
So what's the most you can lift? I'm looking at your Instagram now. These things look very heavy. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, a little heavy. So I compete in powerlifting, right? So powerlifting it's squat, bench, deadlift. So out of any of like the disciplines, it would be like comparing it to like different variations of poker, right? So like no limit, PLO, whatever. So deadlift is my strongest lift for sure. The most I've ever dealt is 785 pounds. So that's the lift that's just kind of I've always been pretty good at, and that I've done like the best in competitions or whatever. So it's I have a competition coming up in February, where I'm gonna try, we'll see, try to break the world record. So
what is the world record?
It's 799 in my weight class. So yeah, we're gonna try for 800 or 801. I think it works out to, because it's like kilos and they convert it to pounds. But hopefully, if all goes well, training's going well, if everything goes well, and I'm up for it that day, then yeah, we're gonna try to go for 800 pounds, and that'll be the most I've ever done. So yeah, it's fun. It's tough. It's a lot of fun, man. Lifting is something I've always enjoyed. It's a good stress reliever, but it's, I guess, the competitive. I'm just competitive, you know. I like the competitiveness of trying something that's very hard. So that's that's definitely why I enjoy it. But yeah, have you been working out since all this stuff, or?
Okay, so I'm just gonna humiliate myself if I tell you what I do. If you think you're bad at poker, I'm like the nut low when it comes to the workout stuff.
Okay.
So I've been eating better. Like in the start of quarantine, I wasn't eating that well. I've always been trying to reduce carbs, but just like it slips in, and just like I'm not gonna lie, when I'm like I mean, I'm such a princess now. Like I'll like win in a session, and I'll just be upset because it's a small win, or just like I'll be thinking about like some hands I played poorly. More so, it's I played poorly than I got bad beat. Obviously, I'm upset with the bad beats, but if I play poorly, I just like want to slam the table. Right. So I've been doing stairs. I worked up to my maximum was I go to the 6th floor 3 times. Okay. But that's my maximum. I do like, there you go. I do 4 minimum, and then, I try to do 6 to 8 flights, but then, yeah, that's kind of like my limit. And just like, I'm literally out of commission for like the next day for sure, but even 2 days after that, I'm just like, and then sit-ups, I get to like 80.
Okay.
But like, this is a drastic improvement from 2 years ago, in which I probably could only do like 2 flights of stairs or 3 flights of stairs, and sit-ups I was like struggling for like 35.
Yeah.
So I will take any of your advice. I'd be happy to try your products.
No, I mean, with training, working out, whatever, it's just consistency, right? I mean, just like anything else, there's not really like magic to it. It's just committing to actually doing it. Because yeah, even if you don't have like a gym or what, like gyms are closed out there, right?
Yeah, they're closed. I used to have a gym membership. I just like never went. What happened was like, obviously, like in my 30s or early 30s, like I was trying to get better, but I could never do it. Then somewhere like around when I was 35, I tried to do CrossFit. I literally almost blacked out in like 20 minutes in. Like I was on one of the weight things, and like my vision like flashed white, and I was like, oh, okay, I can't do it. Like, so the guy was what? Yeah, go ahead.
Not for beginners, man. So that's that's bad. Yeah, bad hand. Shouldn't be.
I mean, my friend meant well into like pushing me to try it, but just like that was just way too demoralizing. I have the Ace of Spades, Jack of Diamonds. I'm going to make it 2200. Oh, took it down. Yeah, if you ever get into tournaments, like I'm no tournament goat, but I'm doing pretty well, and clearly the streams I'm doing some stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kobe. He's definitely improving, and like I like what he's doing.
Yeah, when the World Series goes, if it goes this coming year or following year, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to just be able to be out there and like go and play a couple of tournament things. That'd be cool for sure. But yeah, with the workout stuff, it's not complicated, man. It's just consistent. Like you said, as long as you can be consistent with it, you can make small improvements with whatever you have. If it's flights of stairs, if it's sit-ups, if it's push-ups, if it's freaking P90X video, whatever, like.
Oh man,
whatever.
P90X. Jeez, that's something else. I just like utterly died. I tried like once and I couldn't even get through.
It's tough. It's just not easy.
Nick for me was like, I gotta hear Wayne's workout. Yeah. Hopefully, obviously I'm never gonna be good at this stuff, but hopefully, like in a year or two, you guys are just like, hey, good try.
Even like JJ's got into working out more. Like I think.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking good, man. Like I'm about to fall in love with him. No,
it's also
yeah.
I saw some video or something like on Instagram or somewhere, and I was like, all right, JJ, he's doing it. So that's good. It's just making it part of your routine, right? Making it a part of like your daily.
I'm definitely doing it minimum 2 times a week, and I'm trying to like force myself to do 3. And a lot of the time it's more a schedule than anything because I have to go to private games, and then the day before the private game and the day after, I gotta sleep because, especially with COVID going around, I read that keeping up nutrition and resting like greatly reduces your chances. I don't think I had it. If I did, it was like asymptomatic in March, but there's a high chance I actually didn't get it. I have King Queen of Spades. So this is a weird spot where I don't have to raise. I'm actually gonna fold this. I know it's kind of wussy, but I just don't feel any advantage. Basically, you're stealing the blinds from under the gun in these situations. And this Petrangelo, he spelled it differently, made it about 2.2. So he made it 2.22. So he's been studying the GTO stuff. I feel like in these fields, you don't want to do that stuff. You're just better off like when you have a hand, just like blast it.
Right. Because people aren't going to adjust enough.
Yeah, because like if you get paid, you get paid. People aren't like thinking that they're just like playing solitaire, so if they have hands. But obviously in competitive fields, it's really rough. So small blind calls here. So it's crazy that you have to deal with politics out there, even as a strong rec player, so to say.
Yeah, it's bad everywhere though. I mean, it's a joke, man. I mean, it's like a lot of the game becomes too. It's like, oh well, if you bring somebody, you can play, right? And it's like, what are we like? Or like, hey, this guy likes you a little bit, like. If he's there, then okay, you can play. And it's just like, or you'll get the invite once, and like, even if win or lose, it doesn't matter. You're just like, oh, it seems like maybe he's slightly competent. Never getting invited again. So, once it becomes all that stuff, it's like, this isn't. It's just not. It's not fun. It's not about being competitive anymore. It's not about. It's just about like the greatest, juiciest, sickest lineups ever that these guys could put together, and then that's it. And even in these apps, like some of these apps, they'll run some pretty big games where it's like, all right.
This guy just shipped it. I have 10-4 off in the small blind. Don't think I'm folding. You turned a club draw. All right, I held. There you go. See. Poker ain't dead.
Easy.
You trying to make a limit player full top pair?
Okay.
I have ace-8 of hearts in this other one. I'm in 3 now, but this is the main one. Okay, so there's a min raise and the hijack. I'm going to 3-bet. 3,000. I have 9 of hearts and 9 of spades. Kova, you're doing good in the training. Okay, I have an overpair. I'm going to 4,500. I hope he does not have. I'm definitely not folding no check raise. You can talk when I play. I don't care.
No, you're good. I'm trying to. Getting like emails on my phone. I don't know what this is about.
Yeah, totally understand. Oh my god, this guy just like overbound fold this river.
How are the private games out there? Like
Very
consistently?
good. I mean, I didn't get any invites, and I finally got, after 5 or 6 months in, I got mixed game invites. And it's just like, it's such a joke because, again, I'm not the player I used to be. Like, I'm not nearly higher up in the hierarchy. I've given away a lot of my ability, and then just like, I worked out a deal and to help out a private game to, recruit and fill games. And it got to a point where it was like, when there are 2 tables and they're going to combine at the end of the night, like everyone just automatically nominates me to not get a seat. But I mean, at least I like, they're not complaining. I mean, they complain, but I'm not getting booted, so to say.
Right.
So I had to work out some stuff where, in which, like, if I basically just have to be like, this is the value I could bring,
Right.
and go from there.
Yeah, it becomes like a business transaction, right?
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's the evolution. I've accepted it, for like 7 years. When it was bad in the casinos, like, I don't know if you heard the story, but just like, I would have my name on every game on this board that I played, which is just about everything except low ball.
Right.
And then people would come in and start the game like, hey, my name's there, and they're like, oh no, and they could just like change like one setting, like the min buy-in or the cap or whatever, and just like technically you can't do anything, and the complaint is just not going to work. Like the operation just wants the game to run. They don't care about the play. I mean, I don't want to like throw them on the bus, so to say, but they need the rake, So
Right.
it's going to be like the game's going to go or the game's not going to go. Of course, the operation's going to be like the game's going to go. Like, so while they can't like officially make it private, so to say, if you're the first X people to show up,
Yeah.
and if like they see your name on the board or they start manipulating some things, then
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's the same. It's the same thing everywhere. There's really like no way of getting around it, and really nobody's incentivized to change it. Right? The casinos are incentivized because if they start not facilitating these, what are basically private games, then they're just going to run in either another casino or not in any casino at all. But the casino wants the action too, so it's like they have to facilitate. Unfortunately, it's just it's like the way it is. There's not really a way around it. I do think some people are definitely like.
I have top 2 pair. I have ace of spades, queen of clubs.
I see.
So I'm gonna bet 1,000.
Some people I definitely do think like do a better job than others, but it is what it is. It's the name of the game, and especially right now, like where you're at, like just getting in the game is the biggest thing, right? Because there's not a lot of options like there usually.
Yeah, I mean, in this state, I can't beat every field. So, or like it used to be in a state where I could play in any field and I'm likely going to be plus EV. Now, definitely not the case. There are people that are way studied. Like, I'm lazy in a sense that like I soft play some people, and I get paid as a house player. I could turn it back on, but it's just like, at what point, like, where is that heading? Like, I'm literally going backwards. I have ace 10 in the big blind. I think I'm just gonna call, I guess. He has 4-6 off. He hits a 6. That's poker, guys. Jam.
Is there a ton of players still left?
Yeah, I'm first in chips out of 47, and I
Okay.
busted out of the 11-cent tournament, so I could close that. Pocket threes in the small blind. This is the guy that's 4-6 off. Okay, I'm gonna call with my 3 hearts, 3 clubs. And of course, I already used my one time when it comes to finding the third 3. Min bets. I'm actually gonna fold my 3s. Oh no, it's so small. Alright, I was gonna call. I hope I don't get check raised here. I mean, his bet like is just, you know, a pair, probably like 4s, 5s.
The 1 year first in chips in is how much? What's the guarantee on it?
14K guaranteed. First place gets 4.4K. I really hope it's checked around. He's got like 4s or 5s, I'm guessing. Dude, I'm like calling out his hand. I still want to call. I'm folding here. He may have just like completely sick. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, he seems to be like relatively passive, so I don't know.
On global, do you start to like recognize some of the like screen names, stuff like that, or is it all different?
No. So yeah, you can't see my screen. Let's see. Hold on. Let me steal the blinds here. I have Jack 3 off. Jack of diamonds, 3 hearts. So I have notes on this C Wonka dude, this Janix, child of Jesus. Now, hit a 3. Hope he doesn't have a club. Probably has a king, so I get a free card. Ace king, ace of diamonds, king of hearts. I'm second in chips out of 46. Money in the money is top 12. First place is 4,400. This guy called. I'm just moving all in. Just discouraging. And I hope the original caller folds and I get a lot of dead money. So 6s, flop the king, easy game. No 6, no 6. High card. Woo! Easy game. And I got them dead money with the Janiacs. See, he's passive, so I'm okay folding to his bet now. It's easy to all in, folded to 3-bet. So yeah, I'm just getting notes, you know, about these guys and just like learning how they play. So, you know, micromanaging. And I've made some obscene calls. So when he raises 1-3-3-7 here, he's definitely a young kid.
The tournaments start to get slower, quicker as they get like shorter and shorter, or is that all kind of?
I mean, I do the timer stuff. I definitely have seen people that don't timer abuse. That's their disadvantage. I have nothing against it. If you're annoyed at me, then like, you know, don't play tournaments because it's like a thing.
Right.
So I don't know if you saw this tell, which was this Petrangelo guy, probably a play on Nick Petrangelo's name as well. And then he raised 1-3-3-7. I don't know what that is.
Mm-mm.
So that's like an acronym for LEET, like LEET, which is like what the young kids call elite. So it just shows he's like an online player.
I gotcha.
And he's just like, you know, joking. Like if you watch the Doug versus Daniel challenge, a lot of Doug's fans tell him to bet size like 1337 when appropriate, because it's like a shout out to like internet gaming and stuff. So that's like a tell that he's of that generation. And then this other dude, like this child of Jesus, like 3-bet, and then he just like Petrangelo just 4-bet. So I don't know how many leveling wars that are going on there, but yeah, I mean, these are good notes to have, because if he just like raised 1337, he had a real hand, and it's like just like not give away as much info as you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like free info. It's
It's what I never use any of my gaming names, like my online gaming names, when I played poker, which some people did. And I'm just like, okay, well, I know you're definitely a far above average player, if not like a very good player.
Yeah, that's like a pretty easy tell.
But then, like, nowadays, like, they could troll names. Like, if you see, like, Durr, or actually on Global Poker, there's somebody named Kelly Meekin Fan. It's pretty fun. Like, if you name yourself Kelly Meekin Fan, you just, like, cannot be, like, that bad of a player. But also, you kind of give away that, you like the way she plays.
Right.
So, like, I actually had a sick bluff catcher. I still have it. I'll send it to you, actually.
Yeah.
But there's just, I'm not playing for my life anymore, so...
Yeah, you get to mess around.
Yeah, I get to mess around and just, like, talk. I'll find it later. But it's funny because I record and I sent to Kelly. And, I love the fans of the girl players, because I just get to forward all the fans. And the girls actually love it, as long as you don't, like, cross a certain boundary,
Yeah, I played with her and her boyfriend, right?
Yeah. Well, now fiance. She's preggers.
Whoa, congrats. Good for her.
I have ace-9 of hearts here, so I'm going to raise ace-9 of hearts in the big blind. This guy limped on the button. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I played with both of them off stream. They were both super nice.
Yeah. Landon Lucas.
Landon, that's his name. Yeah. He seemed like he was maybe like newer, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd been playing a ton. I mean, she's obviously just a very good player.
Wow, he limped on the button with 6-9. I have ace-9, so I just got massively paid. 6-9S. Hold. Did you see that? I mean, tournaments are this is just like, you don't see this action in cash games, but you can spend all this time and just like brick. I have king 2 of diamonds in the small blind, raise it up. This, kind of tempting to play tournaments, or you're like, nah.
No, definitely. I mean, online tournaments seem even worse than live.
Really?
Maybe not.
So.
They're probably quicker, actually.
It's not just that. Like, when you could be. I frequently do other things. Like interviewing you, or just like other stuff. So it's not nearly as bad, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, that's actually 100% true. That makes sense. That live would.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody in the chat asked, like, oh, do I, now that I'm doing stuff online, am I going to go back to the bike when it opens? I'm like, I would gladly go back to the bike when it opens. It's like much more stable. It's relaxed. I could do more stuff. I used to have an online background, so this is fine. It's just the games are tougher. They don't even run as often anymore.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I play online or whatever, like every now and then, sure, right? It's probably fun streaming and stuff, but like, I couldn't imagine wanting to play online every day versus wanting to play live every, like it just seems like such a drain it would be after a while, then, as opposed to showing up and like being able to actually decide like, oh, I can play this or that,
It's really, I mean, yeah, it's just different. And one of the things is like, I have an extensive online no limit background, but then live, like I tend to play limit more because one, the propping job pays more. Two, it's just a friendlier environment.
Mm-hmm.
like in the private games, people were like, yeah, like my people's impression of me is just like I play limit. I'm like, everybody plays no limit hold'em, man. It's just
Right.
like it's just not necessarily, if you're playing for a living, the most intelligent choice, but profitable choice. And don't want to say intelligent. It's just like I have ace 10. I'm checking 3 ways and ace 2, 3, 4. I have king jack of diamonds in the main tournament. I'm first in chips out of 35.
There's 35 left in that one now.
Yeah, 35 left, and I think 12 pairs. Make it 2,000.
And the games that are running out, it's basically all just no limit. There's not like some of these other.
No. There's PLO. No limit's definitely most popular in private games. In the casinos, limits a slightly healthier ecosystem.
Right.
Oh wow, this guy just going YOLO on me. I'm gonna fold the king jack of diamonds. I'm third in chips now. He chunked me down 3 out of 33. I have pocket 7s now. Under the gun limps. So this is actually an interesting spot because I don't want to limp with 7s here. There's too many people after me, especially this Petrangelo guy is definitely a young kid. Okay, well, I'm definitely folding now. But yeah, basically just like talk out my thought process, like tournament wise, and just kind of make my best guess. PS3 Shakes, I'm impressed by your clock management skills. It's nice to know. I mean, I try. Like, I've definitely screwed up, but I'm getting better at it. That's why it takes practice. So Coven, Nick from Yuma says, my notes look like the periodic table of elements. I can explain my notes if you guys want. Or Jeff Rito, yes, the notes carry over tourney to tourney. Yeah, Kove I'm coaching Kove. He said he had a session with me. We had 2 sessions, and he says he's doing better, making money. But Kove, you need cards in tournament. You need cards in poker in general, but especially tournaments, man. You could run so good and just get deep and just like brick. You just like can't do anything about it. Like yesterday, I just had 2 flips and I lost, but I ran so good just to get there. Like you guys were here, you guys saw. Like I caught all these premium hands, you know. Kova's like money well spent. While in a tournament, I asked myself, what would Wayne do? Sometimes you don't want to copy me. Like I definitely do. I mean, I'm micromanaging a lot. Like one of the things, like when people are on live, watch Live at the Bike and see Garrett and Andy, like, and they want to be them, which is, yeah, they're very skilled, but they didn't play on camera, and I didn't play on camera for over 10 years.
Right.
Like, I don't know how long you've been bodybuilding and, you know, doing weights, but I'm guessing it's like around 10 years, right? Over at least 10 years.
Right, yeah.
Like, you just can't get to that level that they're at without putting in a lot of time. Whereas, like, you can get to a proficient level, you know, play tightish, have some moves, young kid, you're going to be really smart, but you just don't necessarily have the experience of being able to like navigate the way that those guys do, because they're obviously not always playing, you know, top hands.
Yeah. No, and it's why like it's so that's like the craziest thing with live stream is you can tell like the difference between like somebody who's competent and then somebody who's just like bad and somebody who's just you know, obviously just very good, like some of those guys. And you can tell pretty immediately, right? Because it's like it just plays itself out so quickly, you know, for the most part. Sometimes, yeah, obviously, you know, it's gonna take time or whatever. But like, yeah, it is always kind of interesting. And then even just like some of the different levels that are played on stream, like seeing how a game's gonna play at like 5-10 on stream versus like Friday 50-100. It's just not even close. And not even necessarily like the 5-10 people or whatever who are playing are players that are bad. No, some are probably very good.
No, they are.
But
Yeah, that's the bar
yeah,
just keeps moving, and like a lot of people are just generally responsible. You have like, former high stakes crushers that just play smaller because it's responsible, and we don't like bet our lives on this game anymore. In which, like, if your industry is getting weaker and weaker, or like the iPhone, this literally outdated how many industries? Like, you can't, if your industry is gonna die, you can't stay there.
right. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, even again at the local casino, close to me or whatever, some of the most successful people in there, they play like 1-2, like
They
they,
win.
it's,
The goal is to
and
win.
100%. Yeah. Even some of the richest people that lose, they play like 1-2 because they just enjoy it. Like, there's like a big time lawyer guy around here. That's what he plays. He plays a $200 or $300 buy-in, whatever, and he'll lose 10 buy-ins or something, but that's all he's gonna play is 1-2, right? And that's just so it's yeah, stakes don't mean anything, and yeah, if you play for a living, I mean, you got to play where you're gonna make your money.
Yeah, exactly. And just like a lot of people are learning to, have multiple income streams. One of the funny things was having the Hollywood Writers. So I'm in a Hollywood Writers private game, and they're playing on the stream. They're playing $2, $3, and the chat's like, these broke ass writers. I'm like, we got one of the executive producers of 24 there. One of the co-executive producer of How I Met Your Mother. King of Queens. Hold on, I'm gonna give this one up because he has more chips than me. I had 10 deuce off, in which if I felt like I could bully him, I would have gone with it. Yeah, and just like there's so many like and Phil Stark, who wrote Use My Car, South Park. He wrote on South Park in that '70s show. Like these guys get like residual checks. It's the closest to retirement as we can in this era. Like or sorry, a pension, not retirement. But like, yeah, it'd be these chat pros are just like, sometimes when you make money, you don't want to just like put it all on the table.
Yeah, for everybody to see and then judge you and then call you terrible.
Whatever. I mean, they're doing it for fun. Like, when you're in Hollywood, you gotta have really thick skin, especially if you're an actor. But just like, it's insane how much pressure you're under, especially in the internet era.
Right.
So, what inspired you to, take? You were a power lifter, and then you became an entrepreneur selling nutritional products.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you to transition into that?
Yeah, it's kind of always something I wanted to do, right? Like I never wanted to work for anybody. I never wanted to, I don't know, like school wasn't really for me. I don't know, it just got to a point like where there was only a couple options in my head that I like actually wanted to go down. And the best one that I felt for me at the time was just going to work for myself. So that's what I did, but it was still a ton of work. Like I started college when I was 16, finished high school early, started college at 16, and really was there where I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure this out, how to get out of school as quickly as I possibly can, and then just really start heading into like working. And yeah, supplements just always kind of caught my eye, kind of having to do with working out and training and competing and stuff like that. It just for me kind of went hand in hand. And then once I started like actually getting interested and learning, then it was like, this is 100% what I'm going to do. And it's just kind of been like that since. So it's yeah, I love it. We get to help people in our stores. We get to like you said, help people just make better decisions, healthier decisions, do things that they can actually control. And that's a cool part of it. But the business aspect is 100% what I enjoy. Being able to build some.
Gonna be out of the other tournament.
Yeah.
I was ace against ace king after he fought the set, so only one tournament left. That's fine. This is the important one anyway. It's okay. No, I mean I tell Garrett too, and JJ and others that look after my health. I appreciate all you guys, because even if you guys don't tell me, just like watching you guys, I feel like an internal inspiration and pressure to just be better. And I'm never gonna be you guys, obviously, when that stuff. But just like, when I see you doing entrepreneurship, I'm like, one of these days I will, get the stuff and get things going. And I do have the vitamins. I got fish liver oil. You can see. Got the vitamin C.
Yeah, that's
so
important.
I'm trying. Yeah, I really cut down on the drinks. I still do because I kind of tilt the multivitamins. So. And I got the nuts. These aren't like good, but like compared to the crap that I used to eat, I got power bars. How do you evaluate these?
Those are good. Garrett likes those.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. I remember him telling me Quest bars are like his favorite bars. My wife actually, she used to work for that company, Quest, a couple years ago, and that's actually how we met.
Oh wow!
And, yeah.
Tell the story, kids. I'm gonna tell you the story of how I met your mother.
So it was, man, this is 6 years ago. So there was a like local bodybuilding show, like downtown, and we were one of the sponsors. So I was there with, my buddy Jordan, and she was there watching her friend compete in the show, and that's kind of how we met. And yeah, it's kind of a crazy story, man.
We got time.
No, just kind of how it all worked out. Like, I don't know. I don't believe in like love at first sight or any of that crap. But I saw her from
Get off the stream. I'm just kidding.
No, she was the one for me. Pretty immediately. I mean, I turned to my buddy Jordan, who was there with me, and I was like, "That's the one." And I hadn't even talked to her yet. So it's yeah, it just kind of worked out. A lot of the same interests, a lot of the same like life stuff. So she's great. She's the best. When I went and played in January on stream, it was that Friday that I played was our anniversary day. So she let me play on our anniversary on stream, and so she's just the best. But
she's the freaking best you ever had.
She's just great. So yeah, I haven't thought about that story in a while, but yeah, it's she worked for that company Quest, and that's kind of how we got to know each other, and through the stores and through Quest, and we started dating, and we started ordering a lot more Quest bars for the store, so it worked out. But yeah, no, Quest bars are good. Yeah, the business is fun, man. Business is tough, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. And I couldn't.
How many years did it take for you to become profitable, or how much time? Maybe you were profitable right away.
Years. It's kind of crazy. So I started my first store when I was 20, and I didn't pay myself for the first like 2 years. So we were not just losing money, but we were losing money, and I wasn't paying myself. So it was. I ran through literally all the money that I had, all savings. Like right up until the end, and magically, right at the end, when I was at the most desperate, as far as like just not really having any money, we somehow turned profitable. So it was like a make it or break it thing. But yeah, it was. Yeah, probably 2.5 years in until we started making any money, until I started paying myself. And then a couple of years after that, then we started expanding to like more stores and things like that. And, but yeah, it was a couple of years of just crazy. That's actually kind of when it's crazy too, because that's when I first got into poker. Was like kind of towards the end when like. My life was just ridiculous. It was working 10 hours a day, going to the gym for a couple hours, and then playing like 4, 5, 6 hours at night, never sleeping, and just doing that every single day. It was like a ridiculous schedule at that time. But that's when I fell in love with poker too, man. Was losing, playing, 1, 2, and whatever. And yeah, it just kind of all started to make sense. I don't know. Kind of got lucky too, but it's yeah, it just kind of all
It's a
came
skill
together.
game. It's a skill game, Marco. It's a skill game.
Yeah, you got to run good, man. In poker, you got to run good. In business, you got to run good.
For sure.
It's also I have great people around me, like we have great employee. My buddy Brandon, who I'm going to Vegas with, he's worked for me since I opened up the stores. So he's not just like my like best friend in life, but
I thought I was your
somebody
best friend.
somebody somebody that just you could just count on. So that matters a ton too. If I didn't luck out and have somebody that was just as good as I was working the stores too, then like who knows where we would be. Maybe we would have failed because businesses fail. All businesses
Yeah.
fail. Like they do.
It's
We're lucky.
crazy. Yeah, like the guys you see on the magazines that like they, run good, like, and are privileged in a lot of ways and have access and just like, you know, there's people that people have never even heard of that are in my network that are just like wildly successful, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could get like 25% of what the guy has, but they work for it, but literally nobody knows who they are. There's a lot of successful CEOs on Twitter that have less than 1,000 followers. It's like crazy because like I know who they are, and just like I know who they are in real life, and I'm like, oh man, like this world is so deceptive. Like what we see on social media, what's on camera, and so on.
100%. Yeah, and it's always both. It's got to be working hard, and it's got to be super lucky. Um, because yeah, I mean, nothing changed from the first couple years of working extremely hard. Just at some point, we got lucky and started getting more business. So like it just kind of happened.
You think it was like word of mouth, or you guys just got better, or the quality just went up?
Yeah, all of it for sure. Just yeah, the our business profile definitely grew to a point where it was like actually recognizable from like nothing to, hey, people actually know like where the store's at, what we do, what we sell, things like that. And yeah, a lot of it is just like now all the marketing we do is like online marketing, ads and stuff like that. But back then it was like 2014, 15. It's not even that long ago. Um, you know, Facebook was just kind of coming out as a place where we started advertising on. Instagram wasn't even really a thing yet.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of it was just word of mouth. People at gyms like, oh yeah, hey, I go here, I buy stuff here, things like that. And yeah, just getting lucky in our area. A couple like stores in our area started like closing up. That really helped us because it's like just like with everything, everything's competitive. Like we've had a bunch of stores in our areas try to come in, and they end up closing, right? And we've ended up staying. So, have we helped shut them down a little bit? Probably. But it's also just like, hey, they got unlucky in whatever way they got unlucky, and we got lucky in whatever way we got lucky. So like it's all that stuff starts to like add up, and eventually it's like, hey, we have a successful line of stores now, and now I get to focus on making like the actual individual supplement companies, which I really enjoy. And the next step is, I want to own the actual like manufacturing facilities. That's when I'll be a big time whale once I can figure out how to do that. And that's kind of like the next step, hopefully, in the next whatever couple of years. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, just like the graveyards and just like running good, even in poker, like I obviously remember the really big pots I lost, but I definitely remember some hands I got lucky, and then other hands like I must have gotten lucky, but I don't remember. Because people only tend to remember the pots they lose and got unlucky, and just like repeat them over and over. And people who tend to repeat their bad beats over and over, they're just like, they probably don't remember the good times. But
Yeah, the times where you bad beat the guy super hard and you don't even know it, like
yeah, just how many flips you win in a tournament or cash games. It's like, man, like Blake Yu has been a friend for like 10 plus years, high stakes pro. Just like he's run at the bottom X percent. I mean, he plays well, but you know, his former roommate R. Papazian, just like 2 WPTs back to back. It's like if you're like 2 identical people and you play poker, sometimes at the same table, it's like the results are just going to be different.
Right.
So
Yeah.
12 more people before we're in the money. We're 6 out of 24. This is the spot where I'm chip leader, so it's annoying that CNL, this guy's a reg. This guy to my left. Yeah, I hope it makes it to the final table, and like part of me doing these videos is so I could let people know what I'm gonna do and why I do it. There's not much time to, you know, talk about it, but the decisions are definitely not static, which is obviously what makes poker interesting for all of us. It's like every situation is just like even just a little bit different. Let's shout out the chat. What's up, Natty Wit, Anonymous, Nick from Ema, Jefferito, Mick Partridge Boy. This is Marco Galindo. He's played up to 50, 50, 100, 100 big blind ante on Live at the Bike. And if there's any, like, you know, be my liaison in Florida. If any of those guys want to come out and play big, you know, we'll try to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to work out where if you play 50, 50, 1-1 minimum, then you get at least one night in the hotel. So I'll hopefully try to work that out, and then.
Yeah, stuff like that is really cool. A couple guys, because that's kind of how it goes, right? You play Live at the Bike, and just random people reach out to you. So a couple guys, even guys like that I've played with, even just like a couple times, they'd be like, hey, I saw you play. I didn't know you played out there, blah, blah. How do you get on the show? How do you do that? And I'm always just like, you just reach out. I don't know, right? You kind of got to get there too. Like, and you know, and I think like that's kind of the cool thing about Live like too. You guys can like figure out who to like weed in and out as far as like, yep, this guy's no action, get the hell out of here, right? This guy's like a boring professional, get out of here, you know. So like that's
part of it too is like, even if they're whatever, they play well, don't quote unquote give action, if they have like a media following, then you know it's
100%.
And just people like Garrett and Andy have like built their media following off Live at the Bike. I don't know if you know, when Andy's in Asia, he's in Taiwan now, he's like super famous. Like people ask him out to like meals and like, drink and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I started a YouTube channel, so I saw that. I've seen like a couple of videos just in passing or whatever, but yeah, what a weird Andy turn. This guy's a media mogul, famous.
I've talked to him off of me. When he mentioned, like, this is funny because like he mentioned one of his best friend like encouraged him to do it. But it's like, and people are like, "Oh, was that you?" I'm like, "No, Andy and I are friends, but we're like not even close to like best friends." Like, I know who the guy is. He called in when Andy was on PokerCraft with me. God, I forgot his name, but like that's the guy that really pushed Andy. Like, I encourage Andy, don't get me wrong, but like I don't have any influence whatsoever on that guy. Like, I'll give him my 2 cents, but like, you know, I'm just like, you know, it's your life.
100%. Yeah. No, it's cool. It's definitely a unexpected turn, right, for him to kind of get into stuff like that. But good for him.
I'm really glad that he did it for a lot of things. I'm sure you know, like Asian Americans, especially males, don't get much representation, and he and I discuss it like all the time. Like, what are we supposed to do? Because like we can't be like rowdy and like talk big. I'm just like, okay, why don't we showcase like our best sides and just kind of be like unapologetic for being good at what we do. And we can be like, we don't have to like show off and boast, but just like, especially in the Asian culture, you're supposed to be like, oh yeah, I'm not that good, but I'm like, dude, okay, I'm a world champion. Like, I don't have to like talk down on people, but I just like, I don't need to be apologetic anymore about.
Andy, he's
very humble.
Yeah. When you're that good at anything, if you can get any media, whatever that you're comfortable with to do it, right? Like, you're excellent at what you do. And even in watching just some of the YouTube stuff, like he's like good at talking, like he's, you know, like informative and sounds smart, you know, not just like yeah, kind of like what you wouldn't expect from somebody with that personality type. But it's also just like, hey, that's how somebody is at the table. It's not how they are in real life,
Yeah.
and a good like middle ground, maybe a few more words at the table, Andy, but
It's hard because you're playing for so much money, you know? It's just like
especially
uh
him,
yeah. And
right?
like there was a situation where Bill Klein and Garrett got in hand and Garrett had a misstep with what he said and then Bill made the correct call and just like that's a lot of money, man.
I remember that hand, yeah, uh, the hand on the river, which was crazy because Garrett, yeah, I was like shocked watching it because he doesn't make mistakes like that. I 100% remember that hand. I think that's, well, there was a couple hands, but I think that was the one where he turned one of his cards over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He let Bill Klein like choose a card and then Bill chose the best card.
yeah, he chose
They
right
could, yeah, he chose the right one and then, you know, Bill just like
call.
yeah, I think it was Bill was chopping at minimum, so with the card
Right,
flipped over. So you know,
right.
I think yeah, it's just we all live and learn because like coming up, playing against Antonio Svendiari was terrifying because he's
Mhm.
like a cat and you're like a mouse, and like he's just shuffling his chips slowly, and he's just like, "What do you got, buddy?" You know, like he's just a masterful performer when he's like on, and that's like I felt so uncomfortable. I was a worse player then, but like even knowing what he does, like technique wise, and I just can't do it. Like I've tried. Like I have like my own kind of things I try to do, but it doesn't. Like the guy is just masterful. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, yep, yep, yeah, 100%. And there's only a couple guys like that, right, that are that good and that just world class at what they do. It's yeah, it's cool that Live Bike's been able to get a couple of these guys, but it's also cool that these guys are just comfortable with playing because yeah, the best guy I've ever played here with here in South Florida, that guy would never play on stream ever,
Right.
no chance, right? And I'm sure there's plenty of people like that everywhere, right? I'm sure there's people in LA, right, that don't play or don't want to play.
No.
Uh,
Even people like Brian Kim and Neil, who are just like
right.
super crushers, or just like Nate. People he doesn't want his last name out there, but just like these guys are just like super crushers, like every day. These are guys that's like, at at my prime, I could like compete with them. Now, just like no shot. They're just so good. They played the show before too, and like it's funny because like Brian Kim got bluffed out, but I don't remember. It might have been Charlie Carroll. So that's kind of a thing where Brian Kim could be like, "Hey, you bluffed me out. You're a good player, right? Let's play heads up for rolls."
Right. And the person maybe takes him up and then they just lose everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like it's happened, quite a bit, and it's like people. The viewers frequently, I mean, you play in the casino, so you know, but a lot of viewers, they frequently think that, like, what you see on camera is, like, the full picture. Like, actually, high-stakes poker in LA is just, like, split between, like, no-limit PLO, limit, mixed games, and the defunct 7-card stud. But, like, no-limit hold'em used, like, for a while, just, like, did not run in the high stakes. But,
Right.
And I'll be honest, like the other high stakes games are easier than No Limit Hold'em, which is why a lot of high stakes players like gravitate towards the other games. So, but kudos to Garrett and Andy for holding on.
Yeah. Well, I think the other games too, they're easier to attract worse players, right? And I think that's kind of what makes them like more advantageous games, and why, yeah, sometimes those are going to be like PLO in plenty of places are the biggest games that run.
Yeah.
The more gambling games, the more action-friendly games, they're quicker games. They're going to attract the kind of players that you want in those games for the most part, right?
I have Jack King off. I don't know if I'm going to call here actually. Just a low Jack. I have. So everybody covers him. This is an interesting spot. I'm not going to call. 5 sixes. So I guess I'm gonna, for the audience, like it's better to be a proactive raiser than calling off, because when you're calling off you have no fold equity. One of these things is, as you guys saw, like people have been punting chips. When you have opportunities like that, you don't need to contest with things, and you could just like save your chips. Like, yeah, I took the short and stick without my equity, and in the big blind. Like here, I'm definitely not going with sixes. I may not even go with eights in this spot. Eights are probably, nines definitely, but eights is like a bit on the fence. Like when you have a decent chip stack, you just want to capitalize. You could wait. And that's totally different from cash games, obviously. What's up, irate Spoonbill? I have 6-7 off. Stole it.
I have a couple minutes, Wayne, then I'm gonna head out.
Sure. I am very glad to have you as a guest. Always want to keep in touch with entrepreneurship stuff as well.
Yeah.
Do you have any last words for the audience? Audience, do you have any questions for Marco?
Are you trying to get into like building something or doing something, or just in general, you're saying?
I have Jack King off here in the hijack. I have 2 companies. Like one, I am the CEO, but it just hasn't had revenue yet. It's a casino game in commerce. I'm not sure if I told you. And then Live with a Bike, I'm like the 3rd biggest owner. So, and it's just like I inherited it like Tim Cook inherited Apple from Steve Jobs, So I will do my best, but I want to be respectful to the people who have been in it for like 15, like 8-9 years, and just kind of go. It's like a luxury, obviously, to be able to do that. Just like Adam Pliska for the WPT, he's not the original guy, but it's different phases. You just do different things.
Yeah.
So we'll see what it turns out, but that's why propping was so good, because like I get paid and I could just like autopilot mid stakes and just like work on other stuff. So it's a luxury, man. Just lucky certain opportunities exist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, and I'll touch base here and there, and just never be shy about pinging me about the status Live with Bike, but I'll let you know.
No, not at all. Listen, I'll when they open up, I'll be sending you a text, giving you a call, so I'll reach out.
All right, sounds good. Marco Galindo, guys. His Instagram and his website are posted down below in the comment section, so give him some buys and give him some likes.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy. So guys, I'm gonna start playing these if I final table on some of the Monday shows, so you guys do get the shout outs on the LATB. Once again, shout outs to Irate Spoonbill, Nick from Yuma, who demoted himself from being a mod, Natty Wit, PS3 Shakes, Anonymous, SS the G, smash that thumbs up, hit subscribe. What's up, Jefferito? Thanks for coming in, guys. Got some new wild animals. Damon Santor, caught you. Andrew Nicholas. Mick Partridge Boy, thank you for coming in. Killer Hornet, how's it going? This is Global Poker. And my boy Kove, shout out to Kove, improving the MTT streets. What's up, V? Can our Wayne rap like Lil Wayne? A milli, a milli, a milli. Oh, we at 2 hours, 20 minutes. Thanks for coming in, guys. Gators Rock, you're in the mix, Tim T. Alright, how many people before were in the money? 12. So we need 10 people to bust. King 10, damn. Hearts up free roll. Ooh, lot of action. Lot of action. Call. Call MJ29. These are a good hand. Eight out of 21. What's the AMD PGL trophy? It is StarCraft, second place. And Queen 10 greater than King Queen. Lot of action. Lot of action. You're 7 out of 21. followed by flop favorable. That is not favorable. Scared of passive players, so definitely not calling. Man, this guy's doing the max timer. I didn't get it in time. He timed it perfectly. Thanks, Irate Spoonbill, for the $2 donation. That ace. Whew. It's a valuable one. Thanks for the other donation, Irate Spoonbill. Stole the blinds. I busted the other two tournaments, so this is the last one. 7 more people out before we're in the money. This is the most important one for the day. It's all about that ace. That ace, no trouble. For sure. What's up, JJ Lagarza? You want to come in Zoom? What's a caliente? Caliente is hot. some more out. Sub to JD DeGarza's YouTube channel. New YouTube channel. He's got a lot of stuff like how to play Ace King when you miss the flop, some of his GOAT commentary. Alright, well, made it into the big blind before the blind increase. This is where we bust. Well, at least I cover these guys, so. Anonymous says, Wayne multitasking. You got the read. What's up, Irate Spoils? Or Irate Spoonbill, thank you for the donation. The trophies, I'm a StarCraft World Champion. I was one of the first professional gamers. In the late 90s, I got paid, you know. It wasn't bad for the era, but it's just not retirement money. Glad I did those things. So I can, you know, you could Google my achievements. Gary C in live bike chat. Which one's Gary C? Dustin, I've talked to him. He's just busy. I was #1 ranked in 3 games, Command and Conquer, Warcraft 2 for teams, also Command and Conquer in teams in 1996, Warcraft 2 in 97, and 1999 StarCraft World Champion, the very first Brood War tournament. I also qualified for 3 Pro Tours, but I only attended 2 for Magic the Gathering. I am a legend in Hearthstone, so I have a gaming background. We need 6 people to bust before we're in the money. Anything goes. We want to steal and wait for good hands. And we want to use the timer to our advantage so people have a higher chance of busting out. Steal this. Not anymore.
Not anymore. His hand got counterfeited. And now it's a chop pot. Now Brian's gonna try to bluff him off a chop pot.
Okay.
And Farhad just folds. It's a small pot. What's up? What Bri? What's going on? Cage Kills and A-Limit Holder games coming soon. Yeah, we're gonna just discussed it. The next limit game is going to be early September. We're not going to do it in August. What's up, what Bride? halved. I'll get back to that in 1 second. Let's play this out first. Farhad opens with 7, and Lior pre-bets to 400.
We need 6 people to bust before we're in the money. Here we're going to use the 2.2. This is where the 2.2 matters. Early in the tournament, I feel like, you know, when people are going to pay, they're going to pay, so you should bet more. Very glad to take it down there. A lot of flats there include 8s and 9s. So hopefully he had like 7s. I don't think I've ever gotten COVID. If I did, I was asymptomatic in March. Because people told me you will know when you had it. You just like lose your smell, your taste, you just feel miserable. Big Al had it the worst. This might be where we bust, actually. Okay, definitely not going to contest him. Oh, Gary C's in the mix. Definitely due to probably anxiety and social media. I was very disoriented the first few months of COVID, I guess. Need 6 people to bust. Let's see. Oh, what's a different one? two, three, three people with about less than 5 big blinds, and 3 people with like 10 bigs. So, you know, we're not in the greatest shape, but not bad. Definitely going to use the timer here. So I got 16 bigs. All right, a lot of action, lot of action. Some of these guys have 4 bigs. 4, 5, 4 to 10 bigs. 6 people have 4 to 10 bigs. All right, this is where we bust. I am not folding this in this spot. Merry Christmas, usual suspect. Jack versus Ace 10. Wow, that's a great turn. Ace Jack holds. 17 left. We need 5 people to bust before we are in the money. We have about 12 big blinds. Sevens hold. That's bad. That was a really bad misclick. Wow, 6 against. Wow, crazy flop. 7's hold. Crazy. 12 out of 16. I would have busted them both with my 7-5 hearts. What's up, host up Lee? We need 4 people to bust. Oops, I'm out of this one. I'm out of this one. First place is, okay, this is not right, I wish. First place is $4,400. Bluffaroo. This is where we bust. Jackson the button. I'm going to try to induce a raise from J Banks because I saw he was capable last hand. Some people have a lot of chips then. Good result. Better than losing. Thanks again, Irate Spoonbill, for the 3 donations. Shipping 7s. This might be where we bust. Low. Low. We busted, guys. 16th. Don't know what to say. Thanks for coming in. Gary C, Irate Spoonbill, Nick from Yuma. V, just gotta run like God in these things. Jeff Arito, SS the G, PS Shakes, Host Up Lee. Gary C. Thanks for coming in. JJ Lagarza, Anonymous. Scrolling up. Damon Santor. Gators rock. And it gets cut off. But thanks for coming in. Signing out. I'll be back tomorrow with Jamie Ronhammer, co